what do you remember about the 4-H, the fair moving from Scott Township School to where it is now?
I was in the 4th year of 4-H.
Okay.
When they moved. I did 3 years at Scott,
Okay.
and then they moved.
Okay.
When we moved, all the livestock, and I was in livestock then,
Okay.
and the only building was the wooden building,
Okay.
and all the livestock was along the driveway. We was in great big tents and bars, girl,
Okay.
along the road where commercial is now, right across from the lake.
Okay. Okay.
That's I remember. And
Okay.
I remember the very first year we moved over there is when we had a severe tornado went through.
Oh, is that right?
Windstorm.
Yeah.
Went through. And I mean, we fought the tents.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing I remember very heavily.
Yeah.
I had hogs in that building.
Right. So, then were there animals in the wooden building and
No,
the
no,
tents,
there
or
was just the tents.
Okay. And
No.
so were there 4-H projects in the wooden building? Is that what
4-H
they?
projects were in
Okay.
the wooden building.
And again, I think I saw I think there was a slide maybe where that was still the case, because I remember looking, thinking, well, wonder where that is, and so yeah, so that must have been what it was.
The nurse's station was just in the very front where you went into big overhead doors,
Right.
big doors, and at the front corner was a little room
Right.
to your right as
Right.
you went in the door.
Right.
That was the medical room.
Oh, okay.
Nurse's station was in there
Okay.
because they had to haul one guy in there on a stretcher that got struck by lightning,
Oh.
struck by lightning
Oh, wow.
and got knocked out. And
Yeah.
they took him in there. He was
Right.
okay.
Right.
But the lightning had come down one of the ropes that he was holding on
Oh,
to.
okay.
It hit the metal pole on the top and
Right.
come down the
Right.
rope
Right.
and knocked him out.
Okay.
Didn't hurt him.
Right.
He also had hogs over him too. He was a 4-H member
Right.
too, and he had hogs.
Right. Right. As you got older, I assume you continued to show, and
Yeah, I showed 10 years.
okay.
I showed my first year, as I said, which I guess was 1951
Okay.
at Scott School.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough at that time that the Kiwanis was giving away collie puppies,
Okay.
and I won they picked 2 4-H'ers,
Yeah.
and I won a collie puppy.
Oh, wow.
And of course, naturally, that puppy's name was Lassie, But
Yeah. Yeah.
that was a memorable event.
Oh, I bet. So, so then, at some point, then when they switched to the fair at the 4-H Center, were you still in 4-H then, or was that before? Or was that
Oh
after
yes.
you?
Yeah, I showed, like I said, just my first year at Scott School, and
Okay.
the rest of the time I showed at Vandenberg, as it exists now, the Vandenberg 4-H Center.
Right.
But at that time we had no, really to speak of, we had no buildings other than that wood building up there.
Okay.
We showed in the arena,
Okay.
under light. Our
Oh, okay.
very show was at night.
Okay.
We showed under light, and of course that's where the stage was. And,
Okay.
cattle, all the cattle were in tents.
Right,
So
right.
it's quite different than it is today.
Now, is the arena the same place the arena is now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then they had projects in the wooden building. Then actual other 4-H projects, were they, or?
Yeah, I don't. That's something I don't recall. I wasn't that involved.
Okay.
I guess they were, because I do remember taking electric in one of my first years there when we got to the 4-H Center, and also you took a jar of weed and a
Right.
stalk of corn.
Yeah.
Of course, my father, Curran Miller,
Right.
he was president of the Rural Center Board.
Okay.
When they acquired the original, I think it was 60 acres or 65 acres
Okay.
at the present site,
Okay.
and it was blackberry briars and broom sage. I mean, it was just an unmerciful mess
Yeah.
when they bought it.
Right.
Of course, the topography today is still hill in.
Right.
It's just an old piece of hill ground out
Right.
there.
Right.
And they bought that, and then of course they continued to acquire land that joined them,
Right.
which I worked on. Part of that is I was older. The acquisition from the of the old popcorn property.
Okay.
I worked on the acquisition of that property.
Okay. All right.
At that time.
Do you remember where the first fair you went to was?
Scott School.
Okay.
Scott School.
All right.
Yes. I've only missed one fair as far as ever.
Okay.
And that was our family and a brother and sister-in-law and their family went to the state fair.
Okay.
And they weren't into Scott Fair. You know?
Yeah.
And we'd be up there seeing all these great things, and
Yeah.
I'd say, I wonder what's happening at home. And they kept saying, well, enjoy this. And I said, yeah, but I'm missing the fair. And that's the only time I've ever missed.
Is that right? Is that right?
Now, of course, I can't drive anymore
Sure.
because of my eyes.
Right.
And I go to Senior Citizens Day
Okay. Okay.
and do enjoy that.
Okay.
And I've gotten to go every year to that.
Okay.
And I worked. Joe Wilson and I had the arts and crafts for years.
Okay. Now was that 4-H and open class, or were they together? Or how?
It was open class.
Okay.
That was open class.
Okay.
And we did that. And then when it moved to the 4-H grounds,
Right.
now we had that for years.
Okay.
And then I've worked taking in entries at the fair ever since.
Okay.